They need to have valuation for their assets. I think that's going to be related to an exchange rate, a real effective exchange rate. There are a whole lot of folks that say all these things coming together means a rate change. I believe them to be accurate. Not every bank is going to be able to do this. Not every Chase bank has the ability because maybe they're mom and pop bank. Certain banks have been designated to do this. People don't realize there are places they can exchange. People are so scared, I don't know where to go. When this thing happens, it's going to be so hot. Redemption centers are remote bank locations. There will be no contract rates unless you have a contract with private buyers pre-October 2011. Everyone will get the same rate due to the law of one price. As soon as Trump won the presidency, we all know he heard from 77 different world leaders. When he got on the phone with the Iraqi leader al-Sudani, they took an exceptional amount of time. I told you Trump has plans for al-Sudani and Iraq to be a pivotal player in peace in the Middle East. He's not going to ask Trump about what the exchange rate is going to be because Trump has nothing to do with it. That is the Central Bank of Iraq. Trump warns BRICS against replacing dollar with other currencies. Quote, U.S. President-elect Donald Trump threatened to impose 100% customs duties on BRICS countries if they undermine the U.S. dollar. Trump added BRICS cannot replace the dollar in world trade, and any country that tries will have to say goodbye to the U.S. market. Trade Bank launches first experimental Visa card. Quote, the Visa includes features for use in online shopping as well as for use in purchases. When we go online, we're international in the World Wide Web. It sounds like you're going to be able to use a new electronic card across borders. If this is an international card, showtime is about to being. Because once they have experimented, if it works, everybody's going to get one. We have a couple members that speak fluent Arabic. They come in on occasion and talk to me. Or I reach out to them, to see if they can reach out to the tribal people or people that they know that are working on the ground. What I learned was, he gave an example: if you're taking a credit/debit card from a country A to country B and it works, meaning you have the ability to transfer money from one country to another on your card, you can swipe your card into an ATM and get money. Let's say you're Iraqi. If you're in a different country and you can swipe your card and get dinar or convert Iraqi dinar to Jordanian dinar, or you can go to Saudi Arabia, the United States, Europe. If the card works in those counties, it's going to be reflective of an exchange rate. Parliament is likely to pass personal status law during Sunday's session. This is one of the controversial laws they need to finish up. This, along with the HCL, are some of the last changes they wanted for their economic reforms or white papers. In those reforms are raising the value of the dinar. Fundamental channels to transfer process. We find no room for there to be two price for the dollar. Realize that's Article 8 compliance with the IMF. They don't want multi-currency practices. You got to read these articles, and you have to paint a picture. It's not easy to see. It's really not, but you know what? We can, and we're seeing it. Although things appear to be on a downward slope, the truth is that things are looking up in a big way for Vietnam. Vietnam pictorial article: foreign investors flock to invest in southern provinces and cities. Over 40 German enterprises recently explored investment opportunities. Investors from South Korea, Japan and India have also visited, leading to plans for major projects. The Parliamentary Finance Committee intends to discuss amending the country's general budget law in the coming days with officials from the federal government and the Kurdistan regional government. This was stated by Faisal Al-Naili, a member of the Parliamentary Finance Committee, to Shafaq news agency, saying that the committee will hold a meeting during these days to discuss amending the general budget law. He added that after the meeting, a number of officials from the Ministry of Finance and Oil in the federal government will be hosted, in addition to officials from the Kurdistan regional government. Al-Naili pointed out that after discussing the amendment to the budget law and hosting the officials, the date for the second reading of the law will be determined. At the end of last November, the Finance Committee discussed, during its meeting, the draft law amending the first law to the Federal General Budget Law for the fiscal years 2025 to 2024-2023, No. 13, of 2023. Atwana Al-Atwani, chairman of the committee, stressed the importance of these laws and emphasized, discussing them and submitting some of them to the Council Presidency for a second reading, pointing to the formation of a body to estimate and monitor the distribution of revenues, in order to achieve sustainable development.